Welcome to CP101, and this is another update on the Unimog, and we're starting to work on the cab of the truck. And I got the grill on it, that was okay. But I'm running into a problem with the cab being all torqued up. If this wasn't a Revell USA kit and Revell was still in business, I would probably write and ask them to send me another cab. This one, I had a hell of a time with the doors because the door openings don't go with the doors. I mean, I've got a hell of a gap on each side of the door on the roof. This one ain't too bad, this side, but this side's pretty bad with the doors. You can actually see this gap in there. But I'm stuck with that, so we'll just have to make the best of it. Hopefully when the interior is in there you won't notice these huge gaps behind the cab and the door. But the roof is an issue because the roof is all torqued up. Oops, there we go, I keep messing with my camera. You can see how the passenger side is much thicker than the driver's side. So we've got this real thick part of the roof and a real thin part of the roof, and that's interfering with the plate that goes up here for the gun mount because it doesn't sit on there, right? This is how it sits. So now I got to figure out that. So since I'm stuck using this cab, I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out. That's causing the issue since it's all wavy, uneven. In fact, you can even feel it with your finger, the unevenness. And you can see how it's thin on this side, but real thick on this side. So I'm going to take my X-Acto blade. You have to be really careful and not break this because it's going to be real thin. I'll try to cut this out and then take some sheet styrene, some real thin stuff that I have, and place it on the inside of the cab and make like a little shelf for this to sit on, and then glue this to the shelf so we can get this down in there and hopefully straighten out the roof of the cab so we can get that gun plate on there. Now we're back and we've got the roof cut out. I guess I should have saved that one piece to show you how much thicker the one side. Well, you can kind of see it here. How one side's real thin and it gets thicker as you go over towards the passenger side. So anyway, we've got it cut out using my Dremel motor, a cutting wheel, and my router bit. And we've got it cut out. I just have to go carefully sand what I cut out, the edges, to get this to fit down in there, and we can get it looking even, kind of make up for the twisted up cab. So I'll just sit here and work on it and get it straightened out. We'll drop this in here, glue it all up, and then I think when we paint it, I don't think it's going to be as noticeable once we get it painted. So alright guys, onward and upward. Okay, we're back and we've got the roof installed in the cab. Came out pretty good. I have the cab pretty much straightened out now. I mean, it was a little torqued up before I cut that roof out, and putting this in actually kind of helped with the cab. As you can see, the roof is almost level now. This side's just a little bit higher, but I can live with it. Hell of a lot better than what it was originally. So yeah, we just used our Dremel motor with a router bit and our X-Acto blade and just carefully cleaned the opening up to where this would just slide down in there. I did get a little carried away right here in this corner, so I had to use some filler to get that taken care of. But overall, the roof came out pretty good. I did because the gap was bothering me. I did take a piece of real thin styrene. I have some real thin styrene strips, and I filled that gap in there because it just bugged the hell out of me having a gap that big. I mean, this door has some gaps too, but I can live with those gaps. I wasn't too worried about this door, but this door was real bad. And the reason why this door was real bad, and I didn't realize it until I was messing around with the windshield, is that this pillar is thinner than this one. This one's thicker, whiter, because of more plastic being injected on this side than this side. And that's why I had this gap. So that bit of strip closes the gap up, and will make it look a ton better once it's painted. So yeah, we're whipping this crappy cab into shape, and it's, I think, going to work out okay. I test fitted it on the body, or on the frame, and it fits just fine. It sits level on the table. Of course, got the book here, but on the table it sits level, so we're good. I think we've got the cab back to where, or close anyway, to where it should be, close enough. So I think we're going to be okay. So yeah, I'm glad I decided to cut this crappy roof off and replace it. So thank goodness this piece was straight and level, so that helped out a lot with getting the cab back in shape. So, and then I took the windshield out to test fit it to make sure we weren't going to have any issues with the windshield, since I realized that these pillars are two different sizes. So I took the windshield out, put my rubber strip around it with a Sharpie, and now it fits perfect. In fact, it fits better than what it did before. Now they got the roof straightened out, so that was a happy little thing there. So before I had gaps on the side, now it fits like it should. So that actually worked out well. So I'm actually glad that I cut the roof out. It wasn't a step I was planning on doing, but I'm glad I cut it out. So I think we'll be all right. So that's where we're at on the cab. We got the floor right here. I did glue on the seat risers, the seat platforms, and all this will get painted the body color. And I think what I'm going to go ahead and do, so I don't have to whip out the airbrush twice, is I'm going to go ahead, skip some steps, and put the bed together, because the bed will be painted the body color too, but we'll get the bed together. So we'll paint all three pieces, the cab, the bed, and the interior, all at the same time. And I think it'll be okay. I think we're back on track again. So, yeah. That's all I got for this update.